I'm Julia Clark. I'm Chief Executive of Bristol Community Health, which is a social enterprise providing community health services across Bristol.
And I'm Poku Osei. I'm Non-Executive Director for Bristol Community Health, a healthcare service provider in Bristol.
At Bristol Community Health, we were really conscious that our board really didn't represent the communities of Bristol. We didn't have people from the local communities. And so we were thinking about what to do about that and having conversations with a number of people, including Marvin Rees and colleagues at UWE. And gradually, during those conversations, we came up with the spark of an idea which has turned into the diversity advantage. So we were ahead of the game. We're sort of piloting that right now. We hope that other boards in Bristol will join in. We wanted to find somebody to bring onto our board who would diversify our thinking. We didn't have very fixed ideas about what sort of person that would be, and that's why we talked to the University of West of England to say, can you find us someone? Because we needed somebody who had the talent and the potential, but maybe not the experience, and that wouldn't perhaps get a board position right now, but with experience working with us would in a couple of years' time. And that's how we found Poku.
I was certainly hoping to learn, and when I say learn, as in learn about board dynamics at a macro level. I was also looking to be able to, since for my other role, which I am I'm program director for another youth social enterprise, which is relatively small, I was also quite keen to learn about how boards run social enterprise, which is relatively a new legal structure.
What we were hoping to gain from the appointment was some refreshing of our thinking around the board table. So we were very interested in somebody from a different background, a different age group perhaps, somebody who was very well connected with our community in a way that perhaps we weren't, and just to bring those perspectives to our decision making.
If you have to try and figure out where you fit in terms of the value that you can add to the board, if you have to learn very quickly about the senior management team and how perhaps to best influence them, and if you have to learn about the best way perhaps to go through 150 pages of board papers before coming to a meeting, then that helps, because they have that prior knowledge and they have that prior experience to be able to guide you through some of that very quickly. So I think it's a great way to have a buddy, especially if they are an non-executive director supporting you us-wise. But I personally have been quite privileged in the sense that Julia herself, as a CEO, has always volunteered her time and has always put herself forward that if I personally wanted to talk to her at any point, I can, which shows the level of openness and transparency within BCH as an organisation. I think the leadership is key, and it needs to be bought in by certainly the majority of the board to a good extent. You will have to get out of yourself for a while to almost put yourself in other people's shoes, to be able to come back to yourself and start to feel more confident with yourself and what you're putting on the table. And I think that's the only way you'll be able to know that you're actually providing some element of value. Not just bringing yourself as you are and thinking that, okay, you've got the world to give the board, is actually, I think, can be a bit close-minded, because you don't know what other people already know.